Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming and welcome. This is the Latona's open house for linkedleadfinder.com. My name is Chip Barrelly. I'm here with Andrew Garcia. He is the seller. Andy, thank you for showing up. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm well, and yourself?
So far, so good. I'm pleased to be
Good,
presenting
good,
this.
good to hear. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. We're going to start off with a little bit of housekeeping. If everybody has not already dialed into the audio bridge, please do so now. You can use your computer's integrated audio system to listen in. During the call, though, all attendees will be on mute. If you have any questions, please use the questions feature in your webinar's control panel to send them to me. I generally field the questions at the end of the webinar unless they're pertinent to the current slide. I can also go back to a slide beforehand if it had something to do with that. I also like to let some questions go as they will be fielded in the general flow of the conversation. But we will make sure that we answer all your questions by the end. So thank you for attending. Now, this is the deal that we're all working on today. We are looking at linkedleadfinder.com with an annual revenue of $10,981. This is a hyperlink on Latona's. You can go to these on latonas.com and click this to see the graphs that correspond with the data. Annual expenses are right here at $1,135, and so we're getting an annual profit of $9,846. We have asking price of $32,000. All these stats also can be checked off of Alexa, SEMrush. We'll be going over a little bit of that in just a little while. The site has been live since 2013. So, Andy, tell me a little bit about the site. Tell me about the history of it. When did you start it, and what were your thoughts when you were starting this?
Yeah, definitely. So this, just for full disclosure, I'm not the original owner. I did purchase this business from another entrepreneur. I took it over, and essentially what I've done so far to date is I've done a complete software overhaul so that it's essentially modern and up to date with LinkedIn standards. And I've also done some marketing as well, and I've acquired some new customers. To date, though, the website and business has been around since, forget the exact date, but it's been about 3 years. In that 3 year time span, it's made right around 270K in revenue. So, it's definitely had some great performance. Um, in the past month or so, I haven't really done, and a little bit of history about myself is I also work full time in sales and marketing. So as far as, time to run the website and to run the business, it's been pretty slim, which is the whole reason why I'm, kind of looking to sell at this point is it's kind of a little bit over my head, to be honest, from a time standpoint. But for the right person, it's a great opportunity to, set up some systems so that you can earn passive revenue. All the revenue is monthly recurring. So, that's pretty much a dream come true. Once you, get a solid mass of customers, you'll see a nice, nice return.
Very nice. Excellent. Uh, so let's move on to this. Now, this is going to be your Facebook page, correct?
Correct. Yes. Yes. That comes along with the sale.
Okay, very nice. So we have 423 likes on this particular page. Do you do much with your Facebook, or is this something that you pretty much have not delved into so far?
Yeah. No, I haven't jumped into it yet since I've had ownership. Um, if I had more time to, I would definitely say it's a valuable tool to gain new customers, especially running Facebook ads.
Right.
Um, running traffic to the page. So I would say that's a pretty big opportunity that I just haven't really been able to tap into yet.
Understood. Untapped market. That's nice to hear. So there is definite
Yes,
upward mobility possible for this right now. Excellent.
for sure. Agreed.
All right, very good. Now this is the Wayback Machine. It's internetarchive.org. Anybody can go here and see this. If you'd like to see what the site was like in 2013 or 2014, you can click on these and they'll show you the progression of what it was until what it is today. Just something that people can check out the history if you'd like to. But it's just showing us that it has been around since 2013 at this point. And still, a couple of good years, and obviously you said it made some decent money so far, so very positive outlook.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Someone who's pretty internet marketing savvy will do just fine with this.
Understood. All right. Now, these are a bit of the analytics from the page. I'd like to say that we had a problem with the analytics beforehand. It was not hooked up to the analytics, so that's why you're showing from October 29th. Before that, it was not showing any analytics, but we have since then added the analytics, and you can see the it's still to be pretty steady. Starting to get a little bit of a nice incline here. Um, is that correct? Am I correct in that assumption that it was the end of October before we actually put the Google Analytics back onto the
Yeah,
site?
yeah, exactly. So for whatever reason, I just never got the Google Analytics installed. I know that the previous owner did have Google Analytics installed on his own account under his own email address.
Hmm.
So, if really need be, I can try to work with the previous owner to get that data. I don't know if it's going to be possible at this point. But, this traffic that you see right here is, it's pretty minimal, virtually no marketing spend. So there's, a huge, opportunity there with a small marketing spend, doing some AdWords with Google, maybe some Bing ads and Facebook ads. That would, increase exponentially.
Understood. It's nice to see that you're getting quite a bit of new viewers, visitors to come in also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's been pretty surprising for me actually, considering how little marketing push I've made on this so far. But the previous owner did mention that he was pretty heavy into Facebook ads, as
Okay.
well as coordinating webinars with industry experts, and that had a huge impact, on the revenue. So that's another opportunity.
Understood. Very nice. Now, something I really like to see is what's shown right here. This is going to be your demographics. It's showing that you're 52% straight from the United States, and then the United Kingdom being second at 7%. India, which is interesting to me because they are an up and comer in the web marketing right now, and they're showing a little bit
Definitely.
above Canada, which usually is going to be higher. So, do you have any idea why this happened, or are you targeting these particulars, or is it just how it has been going? Because LinkedIn is so much.
Yeah. It's just been kind of going in that direction. I have searched in my Google Analytics and seeing that it's mostly organic traffic
Mhm.
that's coming to the site. So, but yeah, if say someone wanted to focus just on the United States, they could do a pretty targeted AdWords campaign, or wherever. It doesn't matter. Like you said, India and certain countries, out in the east are definitely moving forward as far as web presence and internet marketing and startups and all that stuff. So
Correct.
there's a big opportunity out there. So it just depends on where the new owner would kind of want to target.
Understood. But as this shows, there is opportunity to go into other markets because you've already got a foothold somewhat in these markets. So that's nice to see. There's
Yeah. Oh yeah,
positive there.
absolutely. Especially in the UK, even some of the tech capitals in Australia. There's some promise out there. So yeah, it's only confined by the new owner's efforts really. There's really just kind of no boundary there.
Understood. Question just came through. Would you target Canada over India? And I'm going to be honest, I would say yes, due to the click ratio. But what were your thoughts on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so I would definitely say I've met a few sort of fellow entrepreneurs from Canada, and I would definitely say that it seems to be an untapped market. I could be wrong, but based on the sort of general feedback that I've gotten, is that there's a large opportunity there to market these types of services like lead generation and things of that nature, because it seems like they're always just kind of a few steps behind, which isn't not an insult or anything like that. It's just kind of some feedback that I've gotten from some folks that I know up in the Toronto area. And we talk business and we talk internet and entrepreneurship, and that just kind of seems to be the general theme that I've gotten. So yeah, to answer the question, I would say there's a huge opportunity there in Canada, and I feel like sometimes they get overlooked from a new business perspective. So if I had more time to do my industry research to target Canada properly, I would. But for a new owner who is a bit more internet marketing savvy, I think that would be a great opportunity.
Yeah, it does. Opportunities abound with this particular site, it seems. Now, tell me something just off a little bit off topic. You work a 40-hour a week job also, or more?
I do, yeah. I'm actually, I don't know really how I fit sleep into the equation, but I do have a full-time job, and I run a separate business as well, completely unrelated software business. So that's taking up, probably another 40 to 50 hours out of my week. So most of my focus is on that, and I do have the day job still, so trying to keep that security for now. But
Right.
yeah, it's just the LinkedIn side of things is where it was just a little bit over my head. It just wasn't really something that was a comfort zone for me, and not something that I'm too familiar with. I mean, I use LinkedIn. I have a profile, like a basic profile, but for someone who is more, kind of social media savvy and knows the inner workings, this, could be an awesome thing.
Very nice. Okay, let's move forward on this. A little bit more of your analytics. Now, this is showing the direct versus referral versus organic search. One thing I'm missing on this is social media. So it seems that you have an opportunity to put number four, social media, as a much higher acquisition. And
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
so
Yeah,
but you're getting very good response from direct. That means your your links are pretty well centered. Did you do any link
right.
building yourself?
No, I haven't actually. I think that was something that was probably in place from the beginning of when the site was built.
Hmm.
But as far as social media, yeah, again, the kind of common theme here is that I haven't been able to dive full in. So one thing that I would definitely recommend for a future owner is, to really sort of go deep on the, Facebook side of things as far as Facebook ads. I know the previous owner was spending maybe about 150 bucks a month on Facebook ads, and he told me, it had a really great turnout. And also even like sites like Reddit, like social bookmarking sites,
Hmm.
Pinterest, believe it or not, where, there are other businesses that are involved on those avenues, to get good backlinks. That's always a positive thing. Just something I haven't been able to dive into, but for a future owner, even Twitter, actually, I know they have an ad campaign or not an ad campaign, but an ad program that they just started, which I've tried to do some research on, never got too far with it, but I think it's something that, like you said, it's open territory. It just hasn't really been done yet. The biggest thing has been the Facebook, and even you can see with the Facebook page, there's a few hundred followers. It could be a lot more.
Correct.
Um, so yeah, that's something that, like I said, for the person that's social media savvy, which is not me, unfortunately. Oddly enough, I run a software business, but it's just a very different type of software business. I've never had to rely on social media for really much of anything. So for the person that's social media savvy, um, you know, it could really decrease acquisition costs quite a bit.
Understood. See, you got a decent bounce rate also, sitting right a little bit over 50%. So I've seen them as high as 90. So these people are actually staying on the
Yes.
site once they get there. That's positive. Excellent.
Yeah, the site, I've done some work on it as far as, homepage optimization to try to make it more, sort of engaging and, add more relevant content. So I've done some work on it. I have actually a developer on staff, or not on staff, but it's really I'm a sole proprietor in this business, but he's more of a contractor. He's actually the original developer of the software and the website. So that name and contact info would go along with the new owner. Great guy, knows the bones and the infrastructure inside and out. And actually, like I said, back in September, I believe, we actually worked together to completely overhaul the infrastructure. So everything is solid, all the code is up to date. It's all within, LinkedIn's new standards. So this is pretty much just a plug and play sort of situation at this point. It just needs a strong marketing push.
Very nice. All right. It's just a little bit more of the different sources that are coming through. Websitebroker.com. It's getting 59 sessions. Any idea how this came about, or is this just something that kind of grew up organically?
Yeah, that I'm not sure. SEO is sort of not really my specialty. I usually contract that work out for my other business, but I never got a chance to really do any sort of SEO analysis or anything like that. So, again, if I can even make some recommendations on who I use for SEO for my other business, and I can, pass along that connection and introduction to the new owner. But SEO, yeah, I feel like it's a pretty polarizing topic, so it just depends on what the person prefers. But I much prefer, doing things more so on the side of things that's more scalable and predictable, which SEO sometimes, it can be predictable and scalable, but I don't know. I tend to like more of the AdWords, the Facebook ads, and things that I control. So, on this slide, not too sure, where these sort of links would come from.
I got you. Not a problem. Let's move forward then. This is something I really like. The desktop is so much stronger than your mobile or your tablet, which shows me that these are actual people that are really into LinkedIn. They're not just dabbling on their mobile every once in a while. This is something
Right.
that is actually much stronger for the person that's really using their computer, which obviously they're going to be a lot more invested when they're sitting on the computer than when they're just scrolling through their LinkedIn site. So
exactly.
That's positive. Now, other places, if we were selling, if you were selling just advertisements and trending videos, I would want to see it a little bit on the other side. But for this
Right.
particular model, I do believe that you are on the right track with this particular one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've spoken with quite a few current customers and past customers, and it seems that, and this is something I didn't know about LinkedIn, but it seems like there's a sort of LinkedIn kind of subculture in the corporate world where, they're, especially in the sales and marketing realm, where these folks just live on LinkedIn. They live by it, they need it to do their business and to generate new leads and to close new business. So it's almost like almost a cult fanatical following of LinkedIn. So that's kind of the folks that are using this, is the people that are hunkered down behind their computer, either at home or in their office, just looking for new leads and hunting for new business. So you're right. I do think that reflects in these numbers here.
Very nice. All right. So now this is from the Majestic SEO. This is showing the backlinks that are going to your site. Now, we could definitely improve on this. What we're right now, we got 24 external backlinks, which are giving you your referral domain, referral traffic, and
Right.
I would say that this is a missed opportunity that could definitely be pushed on. We got a trust flow of 0 at this point because of the lack of links. I would say that this is something that could be touched on, improved, and quadruple the traffic coming into the site just by adding the correct links. Now, you do want to get quality links. You want to make sure that there's something that would be, you don't want to put it on a baker's page, but at the same
Right.
time,
Yeah. Right.
there is definitely room for improvement here. I'm not going to spend too much time going on this, but I do like to see this. We have almost 50% of it is the text links. And that is very strong. That's exactly what you're looking for, the people that are using their text, as opposed to coming through and just looking at the images that you have.
Right.
Another thing
Makes
that's
sense.
nice. Another thing that's nice is that it's broken down to all the different pages you're coming in to find 10% on most, and then 20% on the two of your biggest, which is linkleadfinder.com, the front page, and linkleadfinder, the landing page. So very very well mapped out. What you have right here is done well. Still, we can improve on that. So I would suggest getting an SEO person that you were talking about to help get these links put in and strengthen up the amount of referral traffic that we're getting.
Yeah, definitely. I have some existing relationships that I haven't been able to tap into for this specific business. So those are all relationships I can pass on. My developer is also pretty internet marketing savvy, so that's stuff that he would be pretty helpful on as well.
Very nice. All right. Now, these are the top ones that Majestic SEO thinks are your top 5 links. It's going to be websitebroker.com, uh, Business Reel, True Who Is, Flippa. Interesting that Flippa would be coming to you, but I could see them wanting to get links. Sorry about that. Did you have any work done to make sure this happened, or is this, as I said before, just something that grew up and haven't really had any work to do for it?
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything in this regard.
Okay, very good. Then that means they're positive links that they are people that actually cared about your site and wanted to go to it. So that's good.
Definitely.
Now we just need to quadruple them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So, looking at the analytics from SEM Rush, it's not showing a whole lot. You're not getting a lot of traction off of SEM Rush on theirs. So, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm just showing that there could be a lot of improvement done to this site. As you said, you haven't had time to work on it. That's really what it comes down to, is that someone with the marketing background could come in, take this thing to the next level plus. And
Yeah.
just
Well, the previous owner, he was one of those internet marketing geniuses. And I know what he did to get it to that point. It's just a matter of execution. So as far as strategy, that's definitely something I can pass on to the new owner. I know what the strategy is, and I know what it takes to get it back to that prior point where he was averaging about 80 to 90K per year, doing big product launches. So it's definitely something I can pass the strategy on. It just takes execution, really, and someone who's diligent to take the right steps.
understood. Very nice. Now, these are your top organic keywords. Automation software is actually the best one right now, and it's a position 3, which is very positive. It shows down here that your competitive positioning, you're right in the middle, right where you should be. You've got a couple others that are popping a little bit heavier than you, but you're also right in there. Um, and of course, as we said, I'm going to mention it one more time. A little bit more work on this would really be able to push this to the next level. I hate to
For
keep
sure.
reiterating things, but that really is
No,
where
it's
it's at.
it's it's true, and they're very simple things. It's like I said, it's just a matter of kind of putting your head down and for a few weeks, just knocking all this stuff out. It's not kind of mountain moving work. It's nothing that intense. All the infrastructure is there, so you don't have to worry about bugs in the code or having to do any crazy stuff on the back end. It's more so really just a marketing play.
Understood. So this is your back admin section. This is the dashboard. Can you tell me about what you do on this particular page when you're actually working the
Yeah,
back end of Lead Funnel?
definitely. So this is just to control the website. So this is just basically the storefront. It's WordPress based. WordPress, as you guys probably know, it's super, super easy and intuitive to use. No real development work necessary for the website itself. It's all pretty much just plug and play. You can see on the left there appearance plugins, C3 parent. That's where I do a lot of the website maintenance. So it's all pretty basic. The person who takes it over wouldn't have to do really anything to the website. I mean, they can optimize a few things here and there if they really wanted to, but the website's ready to go. The software itself is proprietary. So, if the person taking it over doesn't have, development experience, that's why our developer is going to, gladly continue the relationship with the new owner. And he's actually right in Michigan. So, he's here in the States. He's very accessible, very, very talented guy. So anything super technical that might be out of the person's expertise, it's a quick phone call. I'm on the East Coast, so we're only an hour difference in time zone.
Excellent. All right, very nice. Now, unfortunately, I need to touch base on this. It is because you have not been paying any attention to it, but I see that we're having a bit of a drop here. Is there anything that you can tell me what was going on here, or is this just the fact that you just don't have time to put into this?
Yeah, so since right about, I would say, September, I started the job that I'm currently in, so it took a huge amount of time. And my other business is, it's a 40 to 50 hour a week commitment, probably more on some weeks. So I'll be honest, it's been completely hands off with Link Lead Finder, and even still, I think this month I'll make about not a huge amount of money, but probably about $150 that'll just kind of flow in on its own, somewhere around that number. Last month I think was around the same, so I'm not doing anything and there's still money coming in. So with the right marketing strategy, which I can advise on to the new owner, should be much higher than that. The real value here and the real potential is in doing product launches. So with sites like jvzoo.com or sites like, what's the other one, ClickBank. Like if you do big product launches and get, affiliates behind the product to promote it for you, that's where the big, money maker is. So the previous owner, the way he made money in big chunks. It was never, sort of, straight down the line, same number every month. The main thing that he did was he did these big Facebook ad pushes in correlation with a product launch or a webinar or something like that. And there are actually a few dozen affiliates that are still on the list ready to promote the site. So it's just a matter of, reconnecting with those people, introducing yourself, saying, hey, I'm John Doe with Link Lead Finder. I want to do a new product launch. Would you be willing to promote? And these people are, people that have thousands of people on their email list. Right. So it's a huge opportunity. I actually have a pretty good relationship actually with one of my affiliates who, of course, I'll pass on his information. He has a 25,000 person email list, which is just sales and marketing folks and demand generation folks. So, big opportunity there. Again, just something I just have not even had the time to even consider. It would just take a really good email marketing copy. So if you're good at that, or if the new owner's good at that, that's perfect opportunity there. So there's a definitely good roster of affiliates that are still on board to help promoting this thing.
Excellent. Now this is something interesting. Well, now this is a bit of your admin, correct? I think they put this out of order. This is your digital access pass.
Yep, that's that's my admin page there. Digital access pass is actually the licensing system that when a person makes a purchase, it dishes out the license and downloads link automatically to their email. So you can see here at the bottom, I don't know, it's a little small, but at the top of the date range, you can see it's from, I think it's October 2012 to October something of 2015, which is current date. Yeah. So you can see right around 277K in downloads. So, pretty good number. So if it's, like I said, this is something you can do part-time or something you can kind of take full-time and, kind of really knock it out of the park. Just depends on what you want to put into it. But the potential is definitely there, as you can see here.
So how much automation is actually involved when they do the buys? How much
Completely
work is that for
automated.
you? Very
Yeah,
good.
completely automated. So basically, when they click buy, what it'll do is it'll send them a confirmation email, and then Digital Access Pass will dish out the license as well as the download link. So then they click download, it'll pull open a zip file on their computer, and then they download the software. And that's pretty much it. They link up their LinkedIn account with the software, which is a quick, authentication process, and they can start using it. So, I mean, it's not like I have to sit behind the computer and manually, give these people what they purchased.
Correct.
Very much so automated. The only thing is here and there you may have like a support ticket come through or a question, but frankly, in about 3 or 4 months, I've seen one or two support tickets. It's not a lot at all. And probably even less now that the software is completely updated.
Understood. Okay, very nice. So almost a turnkey situation. Just as we keep reiterating, just getting the marketing done is the only thing that's standing behind between this and making $80,000 a year again with this particular product.
Yeah, it's just a marketing play, really. That's what it's going to take. The main reason that I'm comfortable selling it is because I know that the infrastructure is in place and it's solid, and we have a rock solid developer, and he's going to support the product going forward as long as needed. So infrastructure wise, everything's in place. It's just really a marketing play.
I gotcha. Now, this is what I was thinking was coming up next was the expenses. We've been going straight
Yep.
across the board at $100 a pop, and then it drops dramatically. Can you explain what was going on there?
Yeah, definitely. So, well, actually, that's from what, November 2014. So yeah,
Correct.
that's just hosting costs and a little bit of Facebook ad spend, which, yeah, I guess that makes sense because October, yeah, basically I didn't spend anything in October. It was all just hosting costs, my
I
hosting
gotcha.
costs. We have a virtual private server, so lots of room to grow. If you want to add new features, there's tons of space on it. But that's pretty much my only spend right now. It's like maybe 35, $40 a month, give or take. Prior to that, $100, I think that's just hosting and
A little bit of
probably some
Facebook
email
advertising.
marketing costs. Yeah, yeah,
I just want to go
yeah. I
back to
use
this. So
Mailchimp.
if you look at this, though, when you were actually spending the money, the revenues were coming in. They were showing what was going on. That's why I wanted to click on that
Yeah.
because
Well,
now that you see that it's
yeah,
dropped off, it's going to be dropping off all the way.
yeah, yeah. There's a direct correlation. This is one of those businesses where it's going to make money when you push it. If you let off, you'll still keep making your money, but to grow, you just need to keep a consistent marketing push. But if you're happy with 2 to 3K a month and let it just come in passively, that's that's great.
Yes, exactly.
It's an awesome situation. And again, at a very minimal spend, you're paying for the virtual private server. That's with Liquid Web, and costs with like Mailchimp, like some basic email marketing stuff,
Hmm.
and money that goes out to affiliates who are promoting the product. So that's pretty minimal spend.
Very nice. All right. Um, can you tell me a little bit about the day-to-day operations site? How many hours actually are you working per day or per week if it's a couple days off?
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, for me right now, um, wow, extremely minimal. I would say. I mean, about an hour per week, but I would say to get the results that, someone who's buying this is going to want, I would say somewhere in between the 5 to 10 hour a week range. That's just basic maintenance, deploying ads on Facebook and Google AdWords, and, liaising with affiliates, making sure that they're promoting it to their lists, making sure that they have, up-to-date email marketing copy, and, the occasional support ticket, which,
Hmm.
like I said, there are not very many at all.
Few and far between, as it
Um,
were. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, there aren't really any issues. Really, support tickets are more questions. It's never, oh, there's a bug or this isn't working right. It's never that. It's pretty much always, oh, I have a question on how this works, and that's it. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I would say to get the desired outcome or to replicate what was done in the past, where the previous owner was making, so much of this money, and partly me as well, is, just kind of staying consistent in that 5 to 10 hour a week range. I wouldn't see it being any more than that.
Understood. All right, very nice. And here's my question. If you were going to keep this particular site, I know we've touched on quite a few things. Other than the Facebook marketing, what would you do to get future growth?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, like you said, focusing on the Facebook ads, I would definitely launch a targeted Google AdWords campaign, which is pretty minimal. I don't think these types of keywords are extremely expensive per click. So that's something to keep in mind. And then I would definitely, without a doubt, focus on the affiliate relationships. So like I said, there are already a couple dozen that are there in the database, who are approved and ready to promote this business and to promote the software. So that's really the major point of growth, I guess, is making sure that you have affiliates who are motivated and engaged, and making sure that they're promoting your list. Like I said, I have one affiliate who has a very large list of about 25,000 people. I'm just not sure if I can support that, frankly. But for someone who is able to put the 5, 10, 12 hours a week, whatever it winds up being, to support that amount of customers, you're going to make a lot of money. But it's got to be for the right person.
Andy, Jeff asked the question about the product launches that the original owner was doing. Can you touch base on those a little bit more? What were the products that what was he doing that was giving him the big spurts of cash?
Yeah, definitely. So basically what he would do, and I did it to a very small degree once. So what happens is you have affiliates, right? And you can recruit these affiliates via the main site for this is jvzoo.com. I'll type it in the box. I don't know if it'll come through. jvzoo.com. So we have, like I said, about 15 to 20, I would say, affiliates who are already on board. Now, what would have to happen is you would have to say to these affiliates, hey, Mr. Affiliate, I'm John Doe with Link Lead Finder. We're doing an official product launch. We just updated our software. Good to go. We want to do a full-on product launch. Would you be willing to promote the product to your email marketing list? And typically, these affiliates, they have thousands of people on their lists. So typically, what they're going to expect is a commission. So JVZoo handles all that. It's automated. You don't have to worry about calculating people's commissions and paying them yourself. You don't worry about any of that. JVZoo is the broker for this. So what would happen is, like I said, you coordinate a product launch. You get, 10, 15, even 20 affiliates who are ready to promote. And what they'll do is on a certain date, they'll start promoting your list, or promoting to their list, your software. So now every sale that comes in from their list gets attributed to them. So JVZoo handles all that. So, typically what he would do is, and I did the same thing to a smaller degree, is you give them a 20% or a 30% commission, whatever you think is fair, and whatever is going to keep them enticed to, promote this product to their list. So what he would do is several times a year, he would sort of, get all his eggs in a row and, sort of get prepared and do these big product launches. And he would get 10 to 20 affiliates at a time to promote the product. Then sales would start rolling in. He would support those customers, make sure everything's okay. Then he would do another product launch. And he would also do webinars too. Webinars is something that, I'm not too familiar with, but he would also have webinars with industry experts. So like he would get a sales and marketing, thought leader and say, would you want to do a webinar on, lead generation, how to find new business? And then after that webinar, they would promote the Link Lead Finder, and then they would drive all that traffic from the webinar to Link Lead Finder. So that explains sort of the big, sort of pushes in revenue. Mm-hmm. I do know that, and I could probably look through the data, he did about 40K during one product launch back in 2013. That was over a span of like a 2 or 3 week product launch. So he made a big chunk of change. It's just a matter of, like I said, just kind of having, that time to dedicate to do that, which, like I said, is probably around 10 hours a week is the focus.
Mhm.
But if you can do that and, really keep good relationships with these affiliates and, really keep good communication, that's what's going to make this successful.
Very nice. Well, for someone that doesn't know how to do webinars, you pretty much explained that very well. So
Yeah, I know the general idea of how to do webinars, but it's one of those things where it's just a matter of being able to coordinate things in advance and say, okay, my thing is I'm not really necessarily the best at saying, here's what I'm going to do 2 months from now and 3 months from now. So
right.
someone who can, do a really good job planning these things in advance and having sort of a pipeline of product launches and webinars, that's
They're going to be successful.
you're golden. You're golden, yeah.
Very nice. So I guess this is the golden question for everyone. We've pretty much hit it exactly why you're letting go of the site, but if you could put it in
Yeah.
your own words, why are you selling?
Yeah, definitely. So LinkedIn is, like I said, not really a kind of a point of, what's the word I'm looking for? So it's not really a specialty of mine. I'm more so in the software market, more so for like service companies. So I do a lot of stuff with like, cleaning companies and, roofers and like home service companies. So that's really my, kind of specialty. I focus on working with people like that. So I don't really do too much on the B2B side or like corporate marketing side. So that's really why there's just sort of a barrier for me. So it's been a little tough for me in that sense. Is I don't really do LinkedIn. So this was more of an experiment for me, just to see what it's like to own a business, doing corporate B2B. So for someone with that sort of, and you don't even necessarily have to have that experience. It's just a matter of, a person with that experience might be more, capable of running this business and have, the connections. But aside from that, just from that sort of knowledge gap, I'm more so, like I said, on the service software kind of side. And I also have, like I said, unfortunately, right now I have the 9 to 5. Sometimes it's 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, depending on the day. And then I have that other service software business that I am a 50-50 partner on. So it's a pretty big, demand on my time. And I would rather that this business get passed to someone who, can really benefit from it, as opposed to, frankly, just half-assing it. Like I don't like doing that. If I have a project, I want to be able to give it 150%, and my 150% is completely taken right at this moment. So, and sometimes more. So I'd rather, kind of part ways than, let somebody have a crack at it that is going to be able to hopefully make a living for themselves doing it.
Excellent answer. Very good. All right. So I did have a couple questions, but I thought that we covered them in the general flow of the conversation. Andy, you did a really great job of explaining everything. But here would be the time for anybody else. My pleasure. Here would be the time for anybody else if they had any questions. Nothing's really popping up. So I'm going to move on to this, and that is the most terrible picture ever created. But that is I. My name is Chase Barrett. You can reach me at 863-557-3108. You can email me at chip@latonas or Skype chip.latonas. Would like to field any more questions, or if we need some more data. Andy and I speak pretty much every day, sometimes every other day, but usually every day. So he is very responsive, and the data he's been sending me has been right on time. Books are in order. So if you have any questions, if you have any needs, please reach out to me. Andy, I'd like to thank you one more time for coming today. Very informative, and I feel that this is going to be very beneficial to help people understand exactly what's going on with Linked Lead Finder. So thank you very much.
Definitely. Yeah. Any questions? Like you said, I'm super responsive. I'm always on my email. Email, text message, call me, whatever. I'm able to answer any questions.
Top notch. Well, this is going to end the open house for Lead Link Finder. If anybody needs me, my number is 863-557-3108. Please reach out to me, and thank you for attending. Y'all have a nice day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
My pleasure. Thank you, Andy. Bye
All
now.
right. Bye. Bye, Chip. Take care.